Hey guys, this is Avila Sharma. How are you doing? And welcome to This Week in Football. This is basically a new series where I will update you guys on the events that have transpired in football over the past week. The first topic that we will be covering is how Spain have sacked their head coach Julen Lopetegui, who also became the new Real Madrid boss just 2 days before the World Cup opener. The reason that the Spanish Football Federation has given to dismiss the 51-year-old is because they say that the negotiation between Lopetegui and Real Madrid had occurred without any prior information to the Football Federation. The Spain sporting director Fernando Hierro will take charge for the World Cup as the federation decided that it wanted to make as little a change as possible in this time of crisis. The president, Luis Rubiales, was incensed when he discovered Lopetegui had agreed a deal with Madrid. He reportedly left a FIFA Congress meeting in Moscow early in order to return to Spain's base in Krasnodar. He arranged a press conference, and in that press conference, he announced that he had found himself in a very difficult situation. He was fully aware of the criticism that he was going to receive or whatever the decision he makes. But his official statement read, "I'm sure this will in time make us stronger. I admire Lopetegui very much. I respect him very much. He seems a top trainer and that makes it harder to make the decision." But he criticized Lopetegui for doing the things in a way that he had done. His official statement also read, "You can't do things this way. 2 or 3 days before the World Cup, we have been compelled to make this decision." Julen Lopetegui became the Spanish national coach in 2016 and his sole aim was to ensure that Spain qualify for the World Cup first and second have a good run in the World Cup. But in between, Lopetegui, by deciding to join Real Madrid, forced Rubiales' and the federation's hand to give him the sack. I think this is a very, very strong decision that has been made by the federation. But in hindsight, I think this was one decision that had to be done. Even if the negotiations had been done in this way, the news could have been kept silent, and the announcement of Lopetegui becoming the new Real Madrid head coach could have been postponed until after the World Cup. Real Madrid have often been criticized because they have a mindset that they can run football and they can do whatever they want to do. So I think that this step by the Spanish Football Federation will be a slap in the face for Florentino Perez and co. For Lopetegui, he lost his World Cup chance, and we all know Real Madrid have a formula for success. They want instant success, and if Lopetegui fails to achieve it, I think he will be sacked from there also. So I think he has dug himself in a grave from where it's very hard to come out unless he can achieve what Zidane achieved with Real Madrid, which was no fluke and which was very tough, as we all know. And I hope that the team doesn't show this crisis on the pitch when they go out for their World Cup opener, which is versus Portugal. The second story that we will be covering is how Anthony Martial is on the verge of leaving Manchester United. Martial's agent Philippe Lamboli reportedly gave an interview to RMC Sport yesterday to discuss his agent's future. His first question was, has Anthony Martial made any decision about his future? So he replied and dropped a bomb on everyone by saying that after thinking about all the possibilities and settings, Anthony Martial wants to leave Manchester United. On being inquired further on why Anthony wants to leave Manchester United and if he really wants to leave Manchester United, this was Philippe Lamboli's response. Manchester United wants to extend Anthony's contract and does not want him to leave, but they haven't found an agreement for 7 months. I think that when a club like Manchester United, which is the most powerful club in the world, does not find an agreement in 7 to 8 months of negotiation, therefore it shows that it does not really want to make it an important player in its workforce. And this is the reason that he gives for Anthony Martial wanting to leave Manchester United. He said that this is a well considered decision that has been thought for quite some time, and that's why Anthony Martial has decided to leave Manchester United. On being asked, are there any advanced contracts with foreign clubs, he said that his agent has the choice. He cannot say anything on the subject at the moment, but if Anthony Martial is on the market, which he said, then a lot of clubs are said to be interested. As you can see, I'm wearing a Manchester United shirt. So obviously, this topic struck a chord little too close to the heart. Anthony Martial's agent has decided to go public and said that Anthony Martial wants to leave Manchester United. Do I believe that this is the truth? A little part of me still believes that this is just a power play in order to force Manchester United to increase Martial's wages. So Philip Lamboli, his agent, I think is trying to force Manchester United to increase his wage. But if this interview is indeed true, then I don't think Manchester United will sell to a direct rival. There have been lots of reports linking Martial to Tottenham, but I don't think that Tottenham will be able to get a hold of Martial, saying that anything can happen in football, but I really want Martial to stay at Manchester United and prosper. Many people believe that this forced exit is coming because of recruitment of Alexis Sanchez in the January transfer window. Obviously, when Alexis Sanchez came, many people said that now Anthony Martial and Marcus Rashford would have to take a back seat and let Sanchez play on the left wing. However, when Sanchez was recruited, I thought that Sanchez was the problem to our right wing. He has played right wing in Barcelona before, and I thought that he would be able to play the same role here. However, Jose Mourinho has decided to employ him on the left wing just because of his work ethic and the tackles that he puts in. Obviously, Sanchez has a lot of talent, as he has shown in Europe across all the clubs that he's played for. But for Manchester United to let go of a talent like Anthony Martial, it would first take a lot of money, and second, I think Martial would only be let go if somehow they can find a replacement which is equal or greater than in quality than Anthony Martial. As I've said before, I'm a Manchester United fan, so if this somehow gets to Anthony Martial, which I know it won't, I really want him to stay. Third topic that we'll be talking about is the World Cup. As we all know, World Cup will be starting on 14 June 2018. The first match will be host Russia taking on Saudi Arabia, and the time will be 20:30 IST. Really looking forward to the game. I think it will be a great experience for all the fans. Obviously, the fans who are attending that in the stadium, for them, the opening ceremony, and even for those who are sitting at home, the opening ceremony will be a pleasure to watch. So I think the World Cup will be, so I think everybody, including me, will be buzzing for the World Cup, and hopefully we can have a very good World Cup, in which obviously, as I've made a video about who I want to win the World Cup. If you haven't seen that video, please click on my channel down below and you can see that video. Spoiler, I want Germany to win the World Cup. Now, since the transfer season is open, I will also be bringing you the transfer rumors that have surfaced and the deals that have been closed during the week. Obviously, the confirmed deals have been Diogo Dalot, the 19-year-old Portuguese fullback, has joined United. United have had an agreement with Shakhtar Donetsk for their Brazilian midfielder Fred. Arsenal have signed the Swedish fullback Stefan Lichtsteiner. Now, the rumors that have surfaced in the paper is that Nice's new manager Patrick Vieira, the Arsenal legend, is set to offer Joe Hart an escape from Manchester City. Daily Mail have been reporting that article. According to The Sun, Manchester City have agreed personal terms with Napoli midfielder Jorginho, and he could be a Manchester City player as soon as by Friday. Jorginho was another player who was linked to United, but that deal didn't go through. The Mirror have been reporting that Napoli are willing to drop the price for Maurizio Sarri to 4.5 million euros to encourage Chelsea to appoint their former coach. According to the Times, the new Everton manager, Marco Silva, will try to talk Morgan Schneiderlin out of leaving Everton, but Ashley Williams, Kevin Miralles and Davy Klaassen will be allowed to leave. According to the Telegraph, Chelsea are facing a very tough decision. They face a straight choice between sacking Antonio Conte, the current manager, and paying him up to 9 million euro compensation, or letting him see out the final year of his contract. Liverpool forward Sadio Mane has insisted that he is happy at Anfield but has refused to rule out a move away from the club in the future. Burnley have targeted both Craig Dawson and Jay Rodriguez from West Brom, according to Daily Mail. They are reportedly set to bid 25 million euros for the pair. Arsenal have also renewed their interest in Portuguese right winger Gelson Martins because of the crisis at Sporting Lisbon. Another deal that could go through for Tottenham Hotspur is that they have offered Aston Villa 15 million euros for their highly rated midfielder Jack Grealish, who is the England under-21 international, and he has impressed a lot of people in the EFL Championship. Another story that is coming from Mundo Deportivo, the Spanish newspaper, is that Barcelona are close to finalizing the sale of midfielder and Everton transfer target Andre Gomes to an unnamed club around 30 million euros. Another transfer rumor is that Thiago Silva, the PSG central defender, won't rule out an AC Milan return after it is reported that AC Milan have shown an interest in signing Thiago Silva. Bayern president Karl-Heinz Rummenigge has reportedly told the media that Jerome Boateng is free to negotiate with other clubs. Arsenal are ready to complete two deals. The first deal is for the 30 million euro midfielder Torreira from Sampdoria, and they are also reportedly said to have been in advanced talks with Bayer Leverkusen for the goalkeeper Bernd Leno. So guys, that will be it from my side. Please let me know what you thought of this week in football, the first episode, by leaving a comment down below. Please like, share and subscribe to my channel.